Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So far this year, a big change when it comes to Call of Duty is the level of dev interaction and studio interaction and transparency, I guess you could say. Obviously, it's been a big change from last year with MW2 and Warzone 2. So far this year, Sledgehammer, Treyarch, and Raven with multiplayer zombies and Warzone respectively have been really consistent when it comes to engaging with the community, whether it be responding to certain feedback or pushing out updates to fix things very quickly. It's been pretty solid so far, and hopefully it's a trend that continues throughout the year. But currently there is one outlet within the community that is a super useful tool for future community-based updates within MW3 and Warzone that's already proven to be a very significant help. And today I wanted to showcase it a bit, talk about why it's so important, and honestly likely will lead to even more game-changing updates further on down the road. So as we get into it, if you enjoy the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It is always seriously appreciated. As always, much love to everyone who does take the time to do so. And if you're new to the channel or you simply have not subscribed yet, every single day I'm your one-stop shop for news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns. Everything going on in Call of Duty is right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. So big shout out to Chad of Duty. We've actually talked about him before on the channel because he's done similar things like this for several games now. What this is a community Trello board. If you're unaware, the devs have their own Trello board that can actually show this. For instance, we've got the Modern Warfare 3 one. There's also a Warzone one as well. And this is the official Modern Warfare 3 Trello board. So anything that the devs are wanting to put up on here is what they're working on. You know, fixes scheduled for the firing range, dummy health not being accurate. They're looking into the no stock attachment on the XRK Stalker Sniper not being unlockable. They update this whenever they have certain things that they want to share with the community. But what this is the community Trello. So this is not official by any means, but what it is a direct source for a ton of feedback and a ton of community-based updates, whether it be bugs and glitches or things that we want to see updated, even things that'll have a long-term impact on the game, like for instance the playlist poll here. So huge shout out to Chad for putting this together, but I wanted to go through and break down what about this is so important and how it's already obviously made an impact on MW3 and Warzone and how it likely will continue to do so. So for instance, something fun that Chad does on this is the playlist poll, where you can actually go through and vote on different playlists that you'd want to see in Modern Warfare 3. Now this is not something that is actually taking place in game. Obviously Sledgehammer and Raven do their own playlists and they usually communicate what's coming up there with like the countdown timers and whatnot, but this is gauging interest on the modes that players want to see. So for instance, cyber attack is a really popular one. Prop hunt's been on here, prisoner rescue and the return of that's got some votes as well. But this is important because in the past, Sledgehammer via their AMA on Reddit a few weeks back said that if certain modes that we've seen in COD are gauging enough interest from the community, they'd absolutely be down to, you know, bring them back in the future. And cyber attack in specific was one of those that was mentioned. Sledge specifically said, yeah, you know, there's no plans for cyber attack right now, but if enough people were interested, you never know. And clearly there's a lot of interest in this, seeing as it was the most voted playlist on this specific poll. So this is something that directly correlates to the feedback that Sledgehammer is wanting to see. And of course, by putting this out there, ideally I can get more dev eyes. I know a couple of devs do watch the videos. We can get more eyes on this. I will leave a link to this community Trello down in the description below. So if you want to take place, you know, in these polls and vote on stuff here, you can do so. If you want to submit feedback, which he has, you know, whole threads for, you can do so. And if enough people are obviously submitting the same things, they get posted in the threads, then obviously the devs have a chance to see that. So he actually has general feedback for all the modes here. Warzone is still a work in progress. I'm not sure if this will be up by the time this video goes up. I'm pre-recording some since it's the holidays, trying to take some time away and you know, relax a bit, but Warzone will be coming up here. We do have some other things to talk about when it comes to Warzone gameplay on here in a bit, but there's a ton of just general feedback here, mode specific or just global stuff. So for instance, you know, some challenge tracking here that is seemingly a little bit wonky or, you know, sometimes can be awkward. There's a lot of feedback here that's been submitted by enough players that Chad's gone and realized, okay, you know, 10, 15, 20 people are all saying the same thing. It's probably happening to even more than that. So we'll put this on here for the devs to see. Some players would like to see some various aim elements reworked for keyboard and mouse. True Game Data recently did a video showing that keyboard and mouse is at a pretty severe disadvantage this year with MW3 and within COD in general, just because of how certain things work in game with aim sway and some things that factor into gunfights. And it's a huge, like wildly important thing. So the the fact that it's on here, again, bringing more eyes to it is very important. The return of a bunny hopping mechanic, again, something that Sledgehammer in the past has said, if there's interest for this, we certainly would be, interested in potentially bringing it back. Again, another thing that reiterates that. Randomizing favorites and vehicle skins, some small quality of life updates occasionally being put on here as well. On the multiplayer side of things, players would like to see weapon pickup prompts removed when in proximity of the launch consoles in war, so some small quality of life stuff there. Would like to see improvements made to the functionality of various different perks, things like the ghost camo, the quick grip gloves, so on and so forth. Ace has also talked about this. So we're taking basically a bunch of different community feedback, whether it's in the form of players submitting it in the masses or certain, videos highlighting distinct issues, and combining it all in one place so that we can obviously have a clear and concise way to relay to the devs what the community is interested in, what needs to be fixed based on community gameplay and experience. This is such an important tool here overall. And again, a huge shout out to Chad for going through and actually updating this. Players would like to see a quick fix perk or equivalent return. This is something the devs have actually talked about as well with, new perks, new gear incoming in future updates. Quick fix previously existed in the game, and the regen in this game is really slow, so that would be a clutch thing to have returned there. Would like some counter to the bone conduction headset for covert sneakers being, no counters available whatsoever right now. You can use covert sneakers and never have anything pick up audio on you. So again, just some small gameplay based experience stuff there. Same deal is going on for zombies with various different things that players would like to see, and just general feedback there. Players would like to see a reduction to schematic cooldowns, so maybe you could use some stuff more frequently than like every other day when it comes to like the big schematics like ray gun or the Wonderwaff and whatnot. But then outside of feedback, we also have this, which is super important, and that's the reported issues for every mode. And this is more like what the official Trello boards are from Raven and Treyarch and Sledgehammer, obviously, but this is all, again, community based. So some black screen issues where you're loading in and you're getting stuck on that and you're not able to progress past that. Specific dev error numbers that players are seeing a ton of highlighted here that we don't necessarily see on the official Trello boards. Priceless, not tracking on the Storm Ender launcher and whatnot. So a lot of the things that I constantly see you guys commenting about, hey, is this an issue? Is anyone experiencing this? I always try and relay to you guys in the comments when I respond back as much information as I know, but this is also a super useful tool to see if other players are experiencing the same things you are. And I mean, I could go on and on and on and on about all the issues listed here. There's an absolute ton of them. There's multiplayer specific ones with the Chopper Gunner UI getting stuck on your screen after it's been destroyed. Mosh pit issues happening sometimes. Same deal for zombies. There's some issues with custom mods disappearing from your loadout. Petting a friendly hellhound while riding the infill or exfil helicopter causes you to fly out of the plane, and a float animation then ensues. We also have some Warzone updates here as well. Footstep audio being really rough. Art is War, the audio guru of Warzone, has some really good in-depth videos on how inconsistent it can be even post update. Wind visual effects like the dead silence effect sometimes stays on your screen at times, which is buggy. That might be correlated to the Resolute bug where it gives you infinite dead silence and stuff like that. And then what's really cool and what proves that this tool is super useful is the resolved issues tab. This is stuff that's been directly listed on this Trello that has been updated. Now, it could have been stuff that the devs already flagged internally themselves. It could have been things that shared reports on this Trello and the official Trellos. It could have also been things that were exclusive to this Trello that were highlighted because of this and then fixed because of this. So there's a bunch of things listed here. Again, a very lengthy list here of stuff that was initially listed here, and it got the devs' attention and it made a positive impact on the game, which is really cool. The war, scoreboard not showing any kills, the strobe gear not functioning correctly and taking away your guns and your custom loadouts. This is a super, and I've said it many times in the video, super useful tool that is going to help out a lot with community-based updates and will actually change the game for good the more attention that it gets. So again, link will be down below if you want to interact with this or just see what's on it. That being said, that's going to wrap things up for the video. If you enjoyed, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And as always, if you want to guarantee you're up to date with quite literally everything going on in COD, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.